Alright, this will be Cultist DF as Maleficent. Radigan is Isidar. Okay. Mal is going first at the Forbidden Mountains, discarding a Cackling Goon, Malice, and Tyranny with Green Fire already out at the forest. That's the forest she was at, excuse me. Pretty good. Radigan is going to be at Big Ben, maybe. Alrighty. Usual gain 3 power, double play a card, maybe. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We've got Gears, very good. He can discard that when he plays an item to reduce the item's cost by 3. So that's going to be very helpful for playing the very expensive Robot Queen, which he needs at Buckingham Palace to win. Alright, he's also got an airship there. Alright, good, we've got that down. Airship can be activated to move itself and an ally or unattached item at its location to any other location. Discarding uniforms. Maleficent for her, she needs to start a turn with at least 1 curse at each location. So Green Fire is a curse that prevents heroes from being played, but it's going to be discarded if Maleficent herself moves there. We've got a Cackling Goon out. That's one of her allies. He gets +1 strength for each hero at his location, and we're fading. We got Sabotage. We got Flaversham. That is a shame. Flaversham is actively helpful to Radigan, allowing the Robot Queen to be reduced by 3 power, but only if Flaversham is in the secret lair. So Radigan does have to move him in first. However, the option is now there for Radigan. So that is pretty rough for Mal. Radigan is generally pretty quick. Maleficent is quick, but in my opinion, a little less so. I think I favor Radigan just a tad here. But that, of course, says nothing about the players behind these. So how is the piloting going to go? Radigan's at Buckingham. I think he's contemplating what to discard. We've got Extravagant away, the other Extravagant away. So he probably doesn't have the Robot Queen yet. The main reason to keep Extravagant is to get that Robot Queen back. Maleficent is discarding Vanish, Tyranny, Sinister Goon, moving Green Fire. That's very smart. Keep Green Fire under her so that King Stefan won't move her in. King Stefan is a hero. What's Radigan's plan? Radigan, I'd want to be discarding, finding that Robot Queen. So where are we at? We are at the Secret Lair. Okay. Doing Royal Robes. That can be activated to gain 2 power, so it essentially pays for itself immediately. Especially if he is at the Secret Lair, which he is. We're performing a Fade action. And what have we got? What do we want? We just want to establish something. We've got Prince Philip and Guards. Guards generally suck, but do we want to save Prince Philip? No, we do not. I might want to save him for the Raven, but honestly, that's a very valid choice. The King Stefan's Castle is a very good location in the first place, so that's good. Mal is at the Forbidden Mountains, moving Green Fire with her, really protecting that curse. I'm really happy to see that. We've got a Forest of Thorns down. That's another curse. Heroes have to have 4 or more strength to be played there, but if they are played there, then Forest of Thorns is discarded. Radigan is using Devious against the Fate action, so only 1 Fate card is revealed. Toby is around and cannot move Flaversham. Toby moves a hero when he's played. So that's a little disappointing for Maleficent, but on the other hand, Toby is an absolutely huge presence, so having him anywhere on the board, but especially on that top discard this early in the game, that's pretty good. I'm talking like I have any authority in this game. I don't know. I'm trying to fill dead air. Alright, what do you got for us, Rat? He's at Big Ben. What's our plan? Do we want to do Fidget? We're doing Capture. We are moving Flaversham straight to the Secret Lair. So now that Robot Queen is reduced by 6 power, meaning it only costs 9 to have around, and he's doing really well with his power gain. Okay. That's very good. Maleficent, again, just protecting that curse. And Dreamless Sleep is out. That is 3 of the 4 curses Maleficent needs. Or 3 curses, 1 curse at each location. Discarding little Dreamless Sleep gives all its heroes -2 strength at that location, but is discarded when an ally is played there. So that's generally the easiest curse to keep around, but there's also only 2 of them. Green Fire and Force of Thorns have more. 3 each. Alright, Ratigan is at the secret lair. We've got a Gears out. Did we activate for those royal robes? I don't think we did. So, okay, that's fine. And we're going to be fading. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. We've got guards and we've got Aurora. I really like to see Aurora here. So what are we going to do with this? I'd put Aurora at the forest, hope for another hero, but let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Epic, decent musical, and very exciting one. And who's next? King Hubert. Well, that's pretty useless, but we can at least cover those Forbidden Mountains. Aurora has 4 strength and reveals the top fate card. If it's a hero, it must be played. If not, it's returned. King Hubert has 3 strength and moves an ally at each adjacent location when he's played. Alright, so that's Rat's turn. Maleficent has gone to the forest, has a Sinister Goon ready to take out Philip. Maleficent is already in a bit of a shakier position. She's a bit of a glass cannon in that regard. King Stefan can now come out. Shit. Discard Dreamless Sleep. Alright. Like I said, it's discarded when an ally is played. Alright. Ratigan has Felicia out with 5 power to play her. Okay. Felicia has to discard an ally or pay 2 additional power when she's played, but she has 6 strength. She's one of the strongest allies in the game. And just strong enough to take out Toby, which I think might be the plan here. We're fading. We've got Once Upon a Dream, and we've got Flora. I prefer Flora here. Maybe double cover Forbidden Mountains or King Stefan's Castle. Okay. I might prefer Forbidden Mountains. So Flora reveals Maleficent's hand until she herself is defeated. So now everybody knows what's going on with Mal's hand. Alright, so Mal is spending this turn on a Fate, which is completely fair. We've got Queen's Guards and Mrs. Judson. I do prefer Judson here. She takes power away when she's played. So Ratigan still has that reduced cost. He got another Gears out earlier, so he's all the way down to 6 power for that Robot Queen, but he still has to get that 6 power, and that's not considering the ways that items can be discarded. So Maleficent is in a sticky situation, but she's fighting like hell. I really like that. Ratigan's got 3. We've got Greatest Criminal Mind. What are we doing? Are we gaining power or are we drawing cards? We're gaining power. I think that Rat has the Robot Queen in his hand. But it's gonna be a little bit before he plays her, I think. Mal is doing Dragon Form to kill Hubert. I might have preferred Flora. So that kills a hero with 3 or less strength automatically, but each time she's faded before her next turn, she also gains the 3 power. That can only happen once in a 1v1, but, you know, that essentially has the ability to be, the possibility to be a free card. Okay. But I do like that. You're freeing up that really good location. Radigan is killing Toby, possibly. He is. Okay, okay. I kind of see what he's doing right now. Are you going to play anything? Oh, we are. Tools! Very good. Okay. I might have preferred keeping that power, but I do like that. So tools reduces all item costs by 1 for Rat. So making the Robot Queen that much cheaper, maybe even making something like the gears or the uniforms cheaper. Alright. Mal has a staff out to reduce her effect and curse costs while she's there. Queen's Guards and Olivia. I think I prefer Queen's Guards, but Olivia is really good. Not really good. Olivia is fine, but there's another Queen's Guards. Olivia will reveal and play the top fate card when she's defeated, if and when. Maleficent is still protecting that green fire. I do like that, but I also wonder, are we at the point where we should just focus on clearing out the board again? I don't know. I think that's a bit of a tough question to answer. Radigan's at Buckingham, and I don't know what his plan is. Okay, so we've got Ruffians. Ruffians perform an action at their location other than Fate when they're played, as long as they're not played to Radigan's location. They are immediately vanquishing Mrs. Judson. It is pretty hard for Rat to keep his board clear, so I do like that he did that. This Radigan is actually doing a really good job at keeping his board clear. Once Upon a Dream and Guards are our Fate options. I'm gonna grab my water. So what do we do? Guards. Okay, cover up that last location that can be covered. I really like that. That also means that Maleficent can't move that Dreamless Sleep again. Killing Flora. Okay. I do like that. I might have preferred Guards this time, but again, like, I do really like that. You're getting your secrets back. Keeping your secrets. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I know it's a crime. Radigan is gaining 3 power. I'm good battery-wise. Alright. Capturing Olivia. I really like that. I forgot to mention, capture just moves a hero with 3 or less strength to the secret lair. It is essentially to compensate for Radigan's lack of keeping his board clear. That is 3 gears out. You played that gears for free. That's good. Because of tools, like I said. We're discarding a uniform. Do we? Okay. So the Robot Queen can essentially be played for free now, unless Maleficent manages to pull a sabotage. We are sacrificing that Dreamless Sleep, that green fire. That always does hurt, but it is necessary, and I think it's especially necessary right now. We've got a Savage Goon and Sinister Goon out. The Mouse Queen has been played. Very good. Oh, I forgot to check if she was keeping the curse and effect costs low. But okay, so the Mouse Queen essentially just stops Radigan from winning unless he switches his objective. Alright, so what is Rat's plan? Because I'm sure he's able to play the Robot Queen by now, but what you got for me, Cultist? But now he has to discard. Okay, so we're activating the Royal Robes. That's good. Oh, crap. Well, I'll have to edit like 2 seconds out. Playing Bartholomew. I like that. So Bartholomew is a 1-strength ally with no additional ability. He sounds like he sucks, but he makes Felicia easier to play. That's his entire purpose. We've got King Stefan and a Sword of Truth out. Now, we've got 4 plus 3. Okay, so King Stefan is going to be the choice. Are we moving Maleficent? I don't know if I love that. King Stefan moves Maleficent when he's played. And we have done that. I don't know if I would have done the same simply because that frees up her to pull another fate, but she's making it more efficient nonetheless. Killing Philip, doing Vanish, I believe, and then fading. But at this point, we gotta have another devious. Both call for helps are out. That's good. That is good. But all right, so call for help just pulls Basil out when it's played, or moves him if he's already around. Basil is a hero that takes away an item. That's great. I do like that choice. Now, the rough part of Basil is, if Basil discards the Robot Queen, Radigan's objective changes to kill Basil. So now Radigan is technically a little more vulnerable. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? The Robot Queen. Excellent. So the Robot Queen is very expensive. All right, we've got 8 power. That is 3, 6, 9 power for free. Uh, 15 minus 9 is 6. Then robot. So that was, you had 8 power. Minus 9, you only need. Yeah. Alright, so Maleficent is sticking around because Vanish lets her do that. It's pretty cool like that. She's got a spinning wheel out to gain power from hero defeats at that location. The hero strength -1. Sabotage and makeshift balloon are our current options, and I think I prefer sabotage. I think we want to get rid of the tools. But we are doing makeshift balloon, just increasing Mouse Queen's strength. Ooh, yeah, no, keep her there. So makeshift balloon increases strength by 2 when it's played. Oops. And also allows the hero to be moved anywhere. Okay, so we're using strength tokens. Strength tokens aren't technically necessary, but they are helpful for figuring it out. They're only necessary for Syndrome, Lotso, Oogie, Candy, Con, Jones, and Tamatoa. But they are helpful for the other villains to just keep track. Alright, so Radigan is back at the secret lair. He's got a bell out. Are we going to activate it? I think we are. We did play it for free. That's good. We're finding Felicia with the bell, because that's what it does. It finds Felicia, puts her in the hand. Bartholomew is not discarded yet because Felicia cannot be played yet because Bell was just played, and we are fading. Okay. Merryweather and Sword of Truth. I prefer Merryweather. Sorry, I'm in the echoiest, noisiest room of the house right now. We just moved. Okay, we've got a Sword of Truth on Stefan. Alright, so Sword of Truth just increases strength by 2 and makes curses 2 power more expensive there. Maleficent is fading. I don't know if I would do that. You've got a free top fate, you just faded last turn, and, well, whatever. It is still a good choice. Like, you can't really go wrong with fading, like 9 times out of 10. And this is certainly a situation where you can't really go wrong. Dawson gets +2 strength if Basil is around. That doesn't really do much other than make him invulnerable to capture. But, hey, that's totally fine. We're back to Rat. My dog's a moron. I love her. I think we gotta move that queen. We gotta... Okay. That is also true. We do need to get this going. We've got Felicia out. Are we getting rid of Bartholomew? We better be. And that's always the better choice. Reduced by 3. Okay. No. You're right. Just have Bartholomew around for just that little nudge of strength and make things, at least, like, hopefully you can keep Felicia or Bartholomew around. Greatest Criminal Mind is being used for power gain. We're discarding Gears. We're discarding Capture. Okay. We're back to Mal, who is gaining power at Stefan's castle, killing Aurora with a Savage Goon. Savage Goons are just, they have no additional ability. Oh, I didn't mention Sinisters. They just get +1 strength if there's a curse at their location. Devious is being used to reveal only Sabotage, meaning the bell is gone. So once Felicia is gone, she's gone until she's shuffled back in or the bell is shuffled back in. Sabotage discards an item with a cost of 3 or less from a hero's location. Radigan's got a marvelous trap out. I really like that choice. And we are activating it for 1. Nope, we did it. Good. Alright, so Marvelous Trap is being activated. So if the Marvelous Trap makes it to Rat's next turn, it's going to, quote-unquote, go off and kill all the heroes there, aka the Mouse Queen, aka Radigan's Roadblock. We've got Fauna and a Sword of Truth next. Sword of Truth can only attach to a hero with no items, yeah? Yes. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're putting a Sword of Truth on the guard, so... Good. And we've got Maleficent fading, just trying to keep Rat away and trying to keep that Mouse Queen alive. Dern. I think we do Mrs. Judson. We do her at the toy shop, so she sticks around. We have her take away that power. Good, good. I really like this. We are seeing some really good counters to Radigan here, which is commendable. Grab that strength token back. Good. All right, so the trap has gone off. It is discarded, and so is the Mouse Queen, meaning Radigan is now free, at least until the Fate reshuffle, which shouldn't happen for a second, to start moving the Robot Queen as quickly as he can. We do have a Fate action available, and I don't know why we wouldn't take it. We prevent Maleficent from fading on her next turn, or we prevent her from finding more curses. Which Maleficent does need to start doing. There's only 6 cards left for her. Okay, we've got a Gears out. I think we're preparing for another trap, lest Basil come around. Okay. And are we fading? We are. We've got a Dream and King Hubert. I think we do King... Well, we have to do King Hubert. Good. All right. So Hubert is covering up that top Fate, leaving Maleficent in a bit of a pickle, one might say. What do we got in here? I just want to see what we got. All right. So there's both Call for Help still in there. Maleficent does have another curse out, luckily, with Forest of Thorns and Dreamless Sleep. No, that was the right amount. She had 1, she got back up to 4, 1 for Forest of Thorns, 2 for Dreamless Sleep, discarding, and turning it back over to the Rat. Now, I don't think we can pull the full combo, but we can, at the very least, maybe get a Ruffians out to move. We're activating Royal Robes, keeping that extra power around. And we are... What are we doing? We're considering... I think this is Rat's game by this point. We're getting Fidget out. That's an interesting choice. So Fidget is a very cheap, very strong ally who also plays Flaversham to the toy shop when he's played. Play Flaversham to toy shop. Aurora and Merryweather are around. I should probably get the errata open just in case. Good. All right, so we've got Aurora and Merryweather. I think I think I prefer Aurora. Just get that, Alright. Just get that forest gone. Merryweather is an excellent hero, but Aurora's on-playability is good enough that I think I'd sacrifice it for now. And she could bring out someone else good. Who might we be? Goodern. Dream to deck. All right. So, Rat. What's Rat's plan? I'm going to grab my charger after this. Queen's Guards. Oh, wait, no. It's Mal's turn. We're back to Mal, who is just fading. You got a fate by now. Do we... Okay, so both Call for Helps are still in there. The question right now, do we move Basil? Do we get the Rat out? I think we do. Because, yes, very good. I agree. So now Radigan's objective is to kill Basil. Oh, sorry, defeat. This is a family-friendly game. I know I've already sworn during this, but I'm trying to keep that to a minimum. Because that's what my good Christian parents taught me to do. Alright, so I do like that because the Mouse Queen is already in there, and there wasn't a guarantee of seeing Call for Help, and it can't fate next turn anyway. That was a really good choice. It's a tough decision. A whale is gonna die. Rhett and Link, good song. But, you know. Okay, so we've got Felicia moved over, and I think that's a win for Rat, but we're gonna play it out, it looks like. Oh, Maleficent finally sees that Raven that can move at the beginning of her turn and perform an action. Best card in her deck. Shame to see it in the final turn. Rat kills Basil, I believe, and that is game. All right. And I will hop in after the final matches to grabbing a charger unavailable for public consumption. Okay. I'm on a good old laptop, so is Wacko around? Oh, good. Okay. Alright, we gotta reset the timer. I don't know how to reset the timer very well, so I have to do it manually like this, which also involves showing off my incredible skills in restraint. Excellent. Cool. No, shh. All right. Please pause. Please pause. Okay. Please. Thank you. All right. There we go. That was a little embarrassing, but oh well. 5 seconds less for each. Okay. So we are currently waiting for everyone to be ready for the next match. This is a random tournament. So what that means is a random character is selected every game, but no competitor can use a villain they have previously won with. So Isidar there can no longer use Radigan for this tourney. Grab the Villainous deck by the character selector. I don't want to do too much for them, but all right. All right, there we go. Very good. We're gonna clone it. Okay. Isidar, take rat out of there. Oh dear, sounds like guests are here. That's totally fine. See if I can find Rat. Where is he? Crud. Fine. No, just the ones you've won with. Alright, I gotta turn this back. Okay. Alright. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, as you can see. Alrighty. So, after this, after Isidar connects everything, he's going to take out Radigan, and then they're going to randomly select the top villain in these cool little cards. And then we are going to have a game with... Okay, so... Okay. Alright. Draw top card. That's the one you play with. So, that means Kultist has Introduction to Evil Maleficent, if you don't know. I'm talking like there will be people who don't know Villainous, just because, I'm sure there will be. Alright, so we've got Classic Hook and Introduction to Evil Maleficent. So if you don't know, back in 2023 for D23, Villainous released, just set it aside, a redone box that revamped 4 of the villains from the original box: Hook, Mal, John, and Ursula. And it's a little bit controversial just because, it's a redo of an old thing. I personally don't love it. I think it was a little silly, especially since Hook, Mal, and arguably John Hook is actively less balanced. Prince John leans a little bit more towards less balanced. Maleficent is basically the same, honestly. She just doesn't have to start her turn, and she has to play an ally first. Ursula is a completely different character, and technically a little better, but, I'm biased towards the classics, so... An old soul, some called me, before my depression was diagnosed. Alright, so Intro Mal here basically has the same goal, except she has to, excuse me, loser chooses first or second. She doesn't have to start her turn with a curse at each location. She just has to, at any time, have a curse at each location. So, but the caveat to that is she also has to have an ally at any location before she can play a curse there. Maleficent's going first. Hook has to defeat Peter Pan while Pan's at the Jolly Roger. So he has to find Pan from his Fate deck, either by an opponent or by his own cards, and also unlock the Hangman's Tree using his Neverland map item. So, Maleficent is going first. We're going to be gaining power at the forest. We've got Vanish out immediately. Maleficent does not have to move on her next turn. All the cards are basically the same. There are select few, but... Alright. Have a Sinister Goon out. We've got Dragon Form gone. We're done. Hook is up next. Yep, don't forget that starting power. Almost slipped my mind. Would have slipped my mind if you hadn't done it, honestly. I hope I'm using the correct pronouns. Oh well. Alright, so... Hook. What do you got for me? We're considering... As for my own 2 cents, I would be discarding like hell until I find the map, meaning Skull Rock. Hey, look at that. We're going to go to Skull Rock. We're going to gain 1 power. We've got a cannon out immediately. That adds a Vanquish action to its location. Where are we putting it? We are putting it at Skull Rock. I don't mind that. We're discarding Cunning, which is perfectly fine, and we are fading. We've got Aurora, we've got a Sword of Truth. Who do I... Well, you have to do Aurora here. But where do you put her? I might put her at the forest and cover up what Maleficent was trying to do next turn. The cottage is also a really good location. You want to cover up those top move actions as well. That's another Sword of Truth, so we have to put it back. I will say, though, I really do like the colors in I2E. And that's Hook's turn. Maleficent, I think, is going to stick around at the forest. Yes, she's probably gained 3 power. She's throwing down a Goon for 1. Throwing down Dreamless Sleep. Okay. That's the same deal. So Goon could technically take out Aurora next turn. Alright, we're not gaining power, it looks like, and if we wanted to, well, that's on them. Whose turn is it? Are we going, or are we paused? We are going. We've got Hook going to the Lagoon to gain some power, to... What are we doing? We got a double play a card here. We're doing Worthy Opponent. So that allows Hook to gain power, reveal cards from the top of his Fate deck until he reveals a hero. That hero has to be played. Hey, look at that. It's Pete Pan himself. So, good old Driscoll's at Hangman's Tree, but he's stuck there until the map is out. And Pan can only be played to Hangman's Tree. It doesn't matter whether it's locked or not. No one else can be played or moved there. What else do we got? So Pan is out. Now, do we have the money for a map? Do we have a map? We have a map! That's excellent. We can only play it there. It doesn't matter, but we can only play it there. Or, anywhere else but the Hangman's Tree. Are we gonna move our cannon? I might like to move my cannon at this point, but that's just because I like putting my cannon in a different spot. And again, when I express my opinions, that's not meant to be a knock against these players. They're doing wonderfully. It's just what I would personally do and what expectations and biases I personally have. Maleficent is taking down Aurora, fulfilling her dream, one might say. Putting another goon down at the mountains, I think we might have... that was weird. I'll just chalk that up to TTS. We've got TikTok. So if Hook moves to TikTok's location, he has to toss his entire hand immediately. That makes TikTok a bit of a rough hero for Hook to deal with. Especially since we don't know what's in his hand. Can I look? I can't look. I'm not gonna look. I like it better when no one knows, including the commentator. Alright, so... good on that. So... Hook is at Skull Rock. What are we doing? We're doing an ingenious device that adds a move a hero action to its location. Are we going to discard map? Because map doesn't just unlock the tree, it also can be discarded from the realm instead of paying an item's cost. So it essentially gives a discount, since it's already 4 power. Hook is going to move someone, and it's going to be Peter Pan. Okay. I like that. I really like moving... I really like getting the device out of your hand first, but still prioritizing Pan. I probably would prioritize TikTok, but I do like that move. Sword of Truth and Once Upon a Dream, fate favors your opponent, so... Cow a bummer, dude. Hey, Empress J. Alright. We're back to Mal, who is getting power at the mountains, throwing down a wheel... and fading. We've got Lost Boys, we've got Wendy, we're gonna do Wendy. So everyone else in the realm gets +1 strength, but all the other heroes, at least. Wendy's a little bit annoying to have around just because all of Hook's strength in his allies is even. So Wendy is just like, oh, I gotta have another one no matter what, and I always gotta overkill. And, like, it essentially just means +2, but it's just that bit annoying, you know? Alright, so Hook is at the lagoon. Do we have Starkey? Are we going to be throwing down Starkey? Nope, we've just got a Pirate Brute. No additional ability, but very, very strong. So Peter Pan has 9 strength right now, meaning Hook will need at least 5 more strength to kill him. Again, meaning at least 6 more strength. Maleficent is at the mountains. She's vanishing there. We've got the boys. We've got Tink. We're doing Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell discards an ally when she's played. I really like how those heroes are spread out for now. Hook is really good at just shunting all his heroes to the Jolly Roger, but I do like that. It is a nice feeling against Hook when you can just spread those heroes out and limit Hook's options, especially if one of those heroes is TikTok. Now, are we going to succumb to TikTok on this turn? No, we are not. Why would we ever do that? We're doing a boarding party at Skull Rock. Interesting. Are we killing someone? Are we going to take down Tink? We can't. We can't take down anyone. Are we going to take down Tink? We better not. Very good. Alright, Maleficent is just moving to the forest. Okay. Interesting. I just played Vanish to get it out of her hand. Throwing down a Dreamless Sleep. Okay, we are doing strength tokens again. Throwing down a Dreamless Sleep at the castle. Very good. Discarding 2 more goons and Malice. I suppose with I2E Mal, you gotta sacrifice your Savage goons a little more to get your cheaper allies out so you can, like, play curses easier. Because a Savage goon costs just as much as most curses. 5 out of 8, to be exact. Hook is at Skull Rock. He is planning on something. What's he planning on? Alright, I gotta mute that entire section. I hope nothing illegal happened when I was gone. What do we got? What's the new state? Okay. We got Smee and a party. Alright, so Smee gets +2 strength at the Jolly Roger. I'm back. Alright. And Maleficent has her staff out. She's got the wheel still. Was the wheel out when Aurora was defeated? I don't even know. I don't think it was. All right, we got Merryweather and Fauna. Merryweather is a much better hero in this version, but we are preferring Fauna right now, which I think I agree with. So, Fauna discards Dreamless Sleep when she's played. Just one, so if there's 2 copies, she can only discard one of them, but she discards 1 copy of Dreamless Sleep from her location when she is played. Okay. Maleficent is gaining 3 power at the forest. She is throwing down a forest, 2 forests of thorns. Okay, that's, ooh. Oh, and discarding the Raven, that is certainly a choice. Okay. The Raven is just as good in this version, just with the caveat that he's A, 1 power more expensive, and B, curses can't be played to his location. All the goons are fine, not the Raven. Okay, so Hook is back over at Skull Rock. He is moving Peter Pan over. So Peter Pan is now in firing range, so to speak. He's at 9 strength. Hook has 8 strength, ready to go at a moment's notice, discarding a cannon. I think he's got another ally in his hand, possibly. I don't know if I would have done all that. All right, we got guards. We've got Once Upon a Dream for the Fate action. What are we doing? I think we do Once Upon a Dream. We get rid of that forest. That's exactly what we're doing because we're smart players. Sorry, that sounds really condescending. I just get very passionate, very opinionated on this game, and tend to say rude things sometimes, so forgive me. Again, epic. Good musical. Alright, we're dragon forming Fauna. Yes, good. We gain the power. We're gaining the power from the action. We are playing another forest. Very good. And are we fading? We are fading. We gotta fade at this point. We got John, we got Michael. Both suck. But I do prefer Michael. Just a little bit. He at least gets extra strength, which makes him nice for a taunt. How many taunts do we have in here left? We got no taunts in the discard. So Michael gets +1 strength for each location in the realm with at least 1 hero, including Michael's location. So 5 strength is good. We've got 2 taunts in here, so. Alright. So Hook, you gotta speed it up, buddy. Hey, look at that. You are smarter than I am, Jay. All right. Keep in mind, this is my first spectating gig, so have mercy. Or not spectating, judging gig. Huh. That's a fresh bug I just found on the desk. Alright. Where are we at? Alright, so we are back to Hook. Maleficent no longer has that forest out. Hook. Alright. Alright, good on Mal. Getting Tyranny out. That triggers when there's 3 or more allies around. She can draw 3 cards, then discard 3, and I think it's the same here. Yes. Out. Breaking. Just not offer it advice or backseat game. I hope it doesn't come across like I'm trying to have too much, like, tyranny, you know? Tyranny. Alright, so Maleficent, you gotta fate. We want a taunt. There's a taunt. Alright, so I think we throw that taunt on Okay, we throw it on Michael. I think that's a really good choice. Because he is the farthest away and the boarding parties are nowhere in range. Again, why I prefer to put them at Skull Rock. Also, Hook, did you discard hand last turn? Tick. TikTok. All right. Mean Swashbuckler should be gone too, unfortunately. Alright. Ooh, that hurts. It also hurts that I am just so bad at judging. Okay, so Hook still has 3 power. I like that he caught that. He just doesn't have the ability to kill Pan now, because taunts attach to heroes and make it so that Hook has to kill taunted heroes first. So it's a spinny little taunt, a rather whimsical one. Alright, so Hook is at the tree. We are putting a cutlass on Smee, I think. That's why I like seeing the art better. So Cutlass just gives its ally +2 strength. Alright, Smee has a Cutlass now. And we are fading, maybe? We did the Cutlass. Yes, okay, good. We're gaining that power. We are fading. We have Flora and Philip, and I think we do Philip. We do Philip. We take out that Sinister Goon and the Forest at the same time. Easy peasy. What are we doing? Alrighty, alrighty. Great minds think alike. Am I right, Kultist? So, I forgot to offer my thoughts on the matchup earlier. I'm not really that experienced with the I2E villains, solely. Out of the 28 villains currently in the game, the only ones I haven't played are the I2E ones. Simply because, you know, again, I'm really biased towards the classics, and that's completely okay. But I do think I prefer Hook. He's just so strong and so annoyingly strong. Like, it's kind of not even funny. Alright, so Mal's putting a pixie dust on Pan. And all of this is to say, I think Mal is really doing well. She's got a curse out, she's keeping her board really clear, which I think this Mal has an easier time with, ever so slightly. Alright, so Hook. What do we got, Hook? Alright, Michael gets... Alright, I think Hook is considering, and I think I confused him a little bit. I needed to actually say something. Everything else is fine. Because... So Michael's strength is fluid, or dependent, or passive, whatever you want to call it. So what that means is that the strength changes depending on what the situation is. So he gets +1 strength for each location in the realm with at least one hero. I might have focused on Michael instead. But when there are, you know, when there's no more heroes at that other location, oh, he loses that strength. When a hero is added to another location without heroes, oh, he gains strength. All right, so Maleficent is using some Tyranny to mess with her hand a little bit, shuffling that discard pile back in, so she'll have a good amount of goons and curses back now. Alright, you technically have to wait, but that's totally fine. I'm not gonna raise a stink right now. I don't just because I don't really care that much. It's not going to affect anything Hook does other than fading, and if he's not paying attention while she discards, that's on him. Again, not dismissive towards anything except just explaining the rules. Nope, strength stays same. God damn it. TikTok is there. Right. I'm so sorry about this. All right. Okay, so that boarding party also has a cutlass now. Do they have enough strength to take down Michael? They've got 2, they've got 4. No, Michael has 6 strength. And also has 1, 2. Okay, good. All right, Stefan and Hubert. That's rough. I think we do Hubert. We keep Stefan for a rainy day and use Hubert to cover up the Forbidden Mountains. At least I, not we, I. But we're doing Stefan instead, which is completely fair. He's a slightly stronger hero. All right. What do we got now? How are you going to spend this time? Oh, good catch. All right, Mel is... Were you at the cottage before? No, you were at the castle, I think. We're dragon forming Philip. I really like that. Hook is at the Roger. Aye, sir. Who we taking down? We're taking down Michael. Well, we have to take down Michael. But, like, who are we moving is what I meant to say. So, Pirate Aye, sir moves an ally, gives them +2 strength until the end of your turn. To an adjacent location, not just willy-nilly. So Michael's gone. That other taunt is gone, but the other thing is, there's a taunt in there. I know there's a taunt in there. They both know there's a taunt in there. So how do we deal with that? Who do we put the taunt on? These are the questions that plague us. We've got a taunt and a headache. We're going to do a taunt. We're going to do it on TikTok. Totally fine. He has 6 strength. I honestly might have preferred Tink just because she has a stronger on play, but... that's totally fine, and TikTok takes away so many allies that it's completely reasonable. I just like keeping TikTok and Wendy on the board as much as I can. But a taunt is on TikTok. A taunted TikTok. A TikTok with a taunt. It's a lot of fun teas. We're moving TikTok over to the rock. TikTok with a taunt on the rock. TikTok on a rock with a taunt. I'm having fun. Alright, so TikTok's getting moved over. We're stopping to think. I love stopping to think, but you only have 4.5 minutes left, and Mal's got a whole 15. I might just kind of throw caution to the winds at this point. You're Hook. You're going to be fine. Just so long as you keep the fate pressure strong. Okay, just rearranging. Fine. I believe if Hook's time runs out, Mal takes an automatic win. Mr. Starkey. Mr. Starkey can move a hero when he's played, and we are not moving TikTok. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we're planning on taking out Wendy, but I don't know. There's only so much time in the match. Okay. We're fading. We've got a Sword of Truth. And Flora. It is Flora, right? No, that's Fauna. We're doing Fauna. We're taking out that Dreamless Sleep, putting Maleficent officially back at square, like, 1.5, because she does have a goon out. And, you know, her good items. I say her good items. Her only items, but, you know, they're good items. What do we do? Cackling Goon, discard, and your turn. Hook, 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 hooky, hooky, hooky. I'm gonna play some hooky, hooky. Can you tell I'm hungry? Alright, we are back at the Roger to do something important, something good even. Are we doing that other aye, sir? We're doing that other aye, sir. Who are we moving? I think we move the boarding party. We move the boarding party. Just because they're slightly cheaper. We know what you mean, so I'm not going to get too concerned. I don't want you spending too much time on that. So, boarding party takes out TikTok at this point. Malice is triggered when a hero with 4 or more strength is defeated. Sorry, 3 or more in I2E. And defeats a hero with 3 or less strength. Only 3 or less strength. I2E. Very good. Either way, you're defeating a hero. That is worth enough. Alright. Alright. Sped up that turn a little bit. I like that. Now, what could possibly be your plan? Alright, so Maleficent is killing Stefan. Again, I think I probably... Well, no, you gotta fate, so... Another taunt. Oh my goodness, you love to see it. Alright, we got a taunt on Tink. It might be good to just bring out another ally for her. Or at least, like, move Starkey over, use your other Cutlass, which is in the discard pile, never mind. So, what's the plan? We're gaining 1. Are we just gonna use Smee? Because that's also totally respectable. At the very least, you're getting your Cutlasses back into your discard. Or back into your deck. We're discarding everything. That's good. We are fading. We've got guards. We've got Sword of Truth. We do guards. Where are we putting them, though? Can't put them in the middle. Alright. Guarding the cottage. Very good. Are we vanquishing? We are not vanquishing. Okay. So it's back to Maleficent, moving her Cackling Goon over. Forest of Thorns down at the mountains. We've got a taunt. We've got a headache. I think we do... Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, get that taunt out. Okay. I might have done headache instead, taken away the cannon or the cutlass, but either way, preferably the cannon, obviously. Alright, so Smee is now taking out Tink by the looks of it. Or Wendy. Are we taking out Wendy? I might take out Wendy. The fact that she's the only other hero on the field means that she can be... You know, there are 2 heroes taunted. You can defeat them in any order. Okay, 3 or less. Very good. We maliced the guards. We're killing Wendy. Excellent. That's what you love to see. That's what I... love to see. Alright, you might hear my dogs a little bit. Everyone's gone. Alright, so we've got a swashbuckler down. Hook needs to hurry up. He has 30 seconds left. I hope he's got something good up his sleeve. Alright. Mal has 2 goons out. She can take her time at this point. Hook cannot. Hook has 30 seconds. Very good. I like the speed with which we're doing things now. Are we killing Tink? We should be. We need to kill Tink. We need to kill her now. Okay. Okay. So that's... Okay. Hook, can you win with 10 seconds left on the clock? We got 2, 4, 6, 8. Not quite. but oh well. All right, Lost Boys and Headache. Put Lost Boys at Hangman's Tree. That's fine. All right, Hook, don't fate. Excellent. No reason to fate now. That's great. We're headacheing the cannon. All right, Hook, you have just enough time, hopefully, to kill Tink with one ally. 3 seconds left. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. So that is an automatic win for Maleficent, I2E. Both set up as usual. The same way. Kultist, you cannot use I2E Mal again. Oh, shit. It's fine. Alright, so we have one more game, because this is a best out of 3. Where did the clock go? It's fine, we can use this. Alright. So we have to reset the clock. Alright, good. Trying to keep Hook's hand in there. That was funny. Alright, I'm just gonna... No more luck. What do we got? The Queen and Shere Khan. Interesting. Shere Khan is relatively newer, which is why I feel like we haven't really seen this matchup that often. This is a very interesting matchup. It's two kind of glass cannons. Who do I favor? Now, I'd say this is all putting aside Shuffle Luck, but that goes for literally every matchup. That's an issue. Okay, there we go. Evil Queen was missing all her cards for a moment. Alright, so... I think I might favor Evil Queen just a tad, but again, that might just be biased because she's been here for longer. Shere Khan is really strong. Let's talk about them. Shere Khan has to defeat Mowgli, a hero, while there are no fire tokens in his realm. That is complicated by the fact that A, it is impossible for the opponent to be forced to play Mowgli, so Khan has to find and play him himself. And B, Mowgli actually adds fire tokens whenever he's played or moved. Fire tokens just cover up actions. The Evil Queen has to defeat Snow White, which means she has to build her disguise by playing 4 of her unique ingredients, build up enough poison to kill Snow White, find Snow White, either by an opponent playing her or by activating her magic mirror, and then go and defeat Snow White. So the Evil Queen technically has more steps, but can also be insanely fast. She's got some really good deck searching tools. Shere Khan is, again, a little more of a glass cannon, but in the right hands, which I'm sure Isidar's are, can indeed work some really good magic in terms of keeping his board clear, especially of fire. Alright. Alright. Start whenever. And it looks like Isidar has chosen to go first, which you absolutely prefer, especially for someone like Shere Khan, whose board can be compromised so quickly. I can't tell you the number of con games I've had where Khan's entire game is suddenly like really complicated and power starved before he even gets a chance to take a turn. Um, that's more significant if people gang up on him in like 3v3 games or whatever, or in 3-player games or whatever. But he's still, even in just a 1v1, one fire token or hero can kind of mess up his early game. Alright, so Khan is moving to the ancient ruins, gaining power. Alright, we don't have jealousy activated. Alright, we are getting rid of Bravo. Are we discarding anything more? Are we playing anything more? We are playing a Monkeys. Monkeys are Khan's main way of getting rid of fire. They can be activated for the amount of fire tokens at their location. There's only 4 fire tokens total to get rid of all that fire and that Monkeys. So Monkeys are really good and really cheap. The Queen is doing Scream of Fright immediately, triggering How Interesting, How Delightful, since it used a play a card action, allowing Shere Khan to gain 1 power, draw 1 card, and move 1 fire token to any location. Alright, and the Jungle Patrol is out. They play the topmost effect, a lot like Aurora plays the topmost hero, if the hero or effect is on top. And Man's Red Fire has been done, so a fire token is out. So Shere Khan has the Jungle Patrol and their incredible bulk out, along with a fire token at the river. What's that covering up? That's covering up his top fate. So right now, Khan can't fate. Khan has to remove fire or the patrol if he wants to fate, or use Bravo if he wants to fate. It's me, Shere Khan, is coming out, removing 1 fire token from Khan's location, so we are immediately getting rid of that fire token. Are we fading? I'm guessing we're fading. We might also be discarding. I wouldn't be surprised if we discard. Khan needs to find some Monkeys, he needs to find some allies, he needs to find his main tools for getting rid of fire, and he mainly needs to find Sure to pick up his trail to find and play Mowgli. We're fading, we've got a Wishing Well and Dopey. We can only play Dopey, so Dopey has 3 strength and gives everyone else +1 strength when he's around. And he is going to the mine. After all, the children yearn for them. Alright, so that's a really good spot for him. The Evil Queen doesn't have any Vanquish actions, so it's a little more difficult for her to get rid of heroes. For that reason, it's really common for the Queen to just stack all her heroes at the lab or the woods. She's got Old Hag's Cackle, that's her next ingredient, that gains 1 power for each location in her realm with a hero. She did Scream of Fright last turn. That's another ingredient that moves all heroes with 3 or less strength out of 1 location to adjacent unlocked locations. But there were no heroes around, so she didn't use its ability. Because with ingredients, the ability is always a may, so it's always technically optional. That's so that they can be played at any time. Because you want to get the ingredients out. You want to play. You want to unlock the cottage. Khan has 2 more Monkeys out, having every location except the Council Rock defended now, and is handing it back over to the Queen, who heads over to the lab. We have Mummy Dust out. Every time Evil Queen is faded before her next turn, she gains 1 poison from the supply. She is also fading. We've got the Wolf Pack, we've got Mowgli. Wolf Pack discards Monkeys or fire or items from their location when they're played. We have the Wolf Pack at the ruins. That significantly decreases Khan's power gain throughout the game. He is discarding another Monkeys, which I find a little risky. And everyone runs from Shere Khan. We are throwing down another Monkeys. Okay, so you had 2 Monkeys in your hand. I'm not going to get after you for that. We are fading, with the options being Snow White herself and woodland creatures. You don't want to play Snow White, so we're going to do woodland creatures, I'm guessing. We're tempted. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're doing woodland creatures? We're doing woodland creatures. Black Magic, Take a Bite, Throne, Scream of Fright. I think we get rid of we get rid of Black Magic, I think. Those are all really useful cards, because the Evil Queen has a fantastic deck, but... Alright, we're getting rid of the Throne. That's completely reasonable. It's back over to the Queen, who is at the woods. She is using black magic, likely finding that last ingredient, or maybe the magic mirror. No, they gain the poison. I see that. Only one. Okay, good. They caught themselves. All right. So we played black magic. We discarded. It's back to Khan, who again is just taking his sweet time. That was the downfall in the last match. Come on, plan your turn in advance. Alrighty. We're gaining 2 power, and we're doing You Will Inform Me first. So that discards the top 3 cards of the Fate deck and allows him to shuffle 1 card from the Fate discard pile back in. I think I would shuffle He's My Friend back in. Okay, we're shuffling... We're shuffling Mowgli back in, which I don't know if I'm a fan of. But I do get it. It is understandable. Alright. Are we doing another card? We only played the 1 so far. We're doing Hey Cuz, which reveals cards from the top of Khan's deck until he reveals an ally, plays that ally, or, you may play that ally, and then you discard everything else. Alright. Shame about those Young and Helpless cards. Those are really good to have. Ooh, both Trust in Me's gone too. That's a shame. Both Bravo's gone. We've got Ka. So Ka gets +2 strength if there are any items attached to him, and when he's used to kill a hero, you can discard an item from him instead of discarding Ka, and he can be activated to grab an item out of the discard pile and put it on Ka. The Queen is moving Dopey over to the woods from the lab. We've got Black of Night. Just checking if any of Ka's items are around. Alright, so Black of Night allows you to play, to perform an action again. The Queen is doing Old Hag's Cackle, and that unlocked the Dwarf's Cottage. We also have Bagheera and He's My Friend out. I think I do Bagheera here, maybe. Try and protect the patrol? Or the pack. Ooh, that's a good choice. Yeah, stack all the monkeys somewhere. Alright, so Bagheera moves all heroes and allies at his location to any other locations when he's played. He has 3 strength. So now the Evil Queen needs to focus on finding Snow White and on building up the poison to kill her, as well as some to kill Doc, because he's gonna show up. Alright, so Shere Khan is back at the Wastelands. We're discarding a monkeys. We don't have the power to play any anyway. Love's First Kiss and Sneezy are our Fate options. I think we gotta do Sneezy. We gotta put him at the Dwarf's Cottage. You can't use his ability right now. But at the very... you can at least cover up that top discard in Fate, which is exactly what we're doing. I like to see that. Love's First Kiss is generally good to see, but only if Doc, Dopey, or Happy is in the discard pile. 1 poison just doesn't do enough to justify it otherwise. We got, at least in my opinion, we've got Huntsman out, we've got Black of Night to double up on that gain 3 power. I think we're still looking for that mirror, or we've found the mirror and we're just building up the power to both have it and have enough poison to take out Snow. Alright, it is back over to Shere Khan now. Oh good, we left the pig in Crescent's crate. Alright, we've got Shere Khan gaining power at the Wastelands. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're doing Young and Helpless. Young and Helpless can either move a hero to a location with an ally, or it can gain power equal to the number of allies in your realm. We are moving the Jungle Patrol over to the Wastelands. That's a really interesting choice. I prefer to keep the Wastelands open as much as possible. If it was me, I would honestly move Bagheera over to Bagheera or the Wolf Pack over to the river. But again, not knocking these decisions. I think that is a good decision if that's what you're going to go for, which it is not. Are we just gonna... What did we do with that Young and Helpless instead? Did we gain power? I think we did. Alright. The Evil Queen is... we gained power with Young and Helpless, yes? Alright, the Queen is moving Sneezy. I'm just clarifying really quick. Alright, moving Sneezy, I think we did a Thunderbolt to get a little more power for Old Hag's Cackle, because Thunderbolt just replicates an ingredient you've already played. We've got a Wolf Pack taking out the other monkeys at the river. I'm a little worried for Shere Khan by this point, because his entire top row is covered, and he really doesn't want that to happen. Again, this is why I might have preferred using the hero moving for Young and Helpless, even though that power gain is incredibly beautiful. Speaking of Shere Khan, it's back over to old Kitty here. And I don't know. I think he's contemplating. I might have liked to see 2 bottom row play cards in one location for Khan, but that's beside the point. Sure to pick up his trail. Ooh, we're doing that early. So Sure to pick up his trail just finds and plays Mowgli. It's very simple. The reason I find risk in that is because of how easy it is to protect Mowgli. The reason I keep the Wastelands open when I'm playing Khan is because I like to have the ability to get Mowgli out, get rid of his fire, and then kill him all in one turn, so that my opponent doesn't even have time to react. But, Mowgli is out nonetheless. We are adding a fire token. Good. Covering up that bottom row gain 2 power. We can cover up the top row of actions, which again, I might prefer to do, but I'm not here to... I'm here to referee. Judge is what I'm doing for y'all. This is just me spouting out to the void what I would do. I wish I had someone else here. Next time I judge, I am gonna, open a little chat on the Let's Get Wicked tabletop Discord server that we use for Villainous. Please join. We'll include a link. I prefer to keep it around. Alright, Evil Queen just chucked her hand. Oh, I wish I could see what happened. I can't see what happened, but I think... What did E.G. play? Did she play that black magic? Oh, thanks. Alright. She played Mummy Dust. So, Queen's gonna get poisoned if she's faded again. And how interesting how Delightful was played. And Baloo was played. That's the big thing. Baloo has 4 strength. If Khan tries to kill a hero while Baloo's around, a power token is tossed on Baloo. When there are 3 power tokens on Baloo, Baloo's gone. Now, Khan can make the, in my opinion, much smarter decision to just go over to Baloo and kill him. Apologies if you see my dogs. If you hear my dogs. Excuse me. Alright, so Khan is immediately taking out that fire token, which is an interesting choice. I don't disagree in the slightest, but it's just kind of, okay, but what are you planning to do about it, Oh my goodness, she's annoying. I love her so much. Okay. I think I kind of see what Khan's doing here, but it's going to be a tad slow. And the Magic Mirror is out. So, Magic Mirror has two things going for it, and Sneezy is moved. Number one, every time the Queen is fated, she may draw one card. May. No one is obligated to let her know, but she may. Alright, we're also brewing poison. But it can also be activated for 3 power to find and play Snow White, which is, you know, the important part. Alright, we're doing Man's Red Fire to cover up a Vanquish action, possibly? We are. Okay. I think my computer's gonna start chugging here in a minute. It's very, very warm. Goodness. Sorry, Mama just left, so my puppies are not happy, and I can't go downstairs for a second, but that's okay. She's 3 years old. She knows by now she'll survive. She's almost 4. How heartbreaking is that? Like, I remember holding that little dog in the crook of my elbow, and she is 4 years old now. How incredible. Man, I love my dogs. Alright, are we playing You Will Inform Me first, or are we just discarding? I think we're just discarding. Is my hunch correct? No, I think it is. I think we're just considering what else to discard and what to play. Alright, so we did cause coils. Now, I might have preferred just discarding that, activating Ka to get it back, so that I could play something else. Alright. Back to the Queen, immediately finding Snow White without hesitation. That's the right way to do it. Snow White can only be played to the Dwarf's Cottage. That's number 1. And number 2, she gets +1 strength for each other hero in the realm. So right now she's at 4, 5, 6, 7 because of Dopey, 6 because of Huntsman. Alright. So Khan has to fate. If he does not fate, he will lose. Who would we like to see? Doc. Doc exclusively. Happy sounds nice, but he will literally just make it so the win is a little bit closer. Excuse me. And there's, you know, maybe a pickaxe. No, the pickaxe isn't going to be good. It's literally only Doc who can save the day. Eclipse, leave it. Happy and a pickaxe. That's game. We're going to play it out, I think, but that's game. Gonna do Happy. I do wish there was a card that moved the Huntsman, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much. Alright, so we've got Happy. He has 3 strength. The Evil Queen immediately loses poison equal to the number of heroes in her realm. Which is 6, and again, 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus... Oh, wait, no, Happy just barely saves the day. My apologies, I'm a silly little Billy, ain't I? Ain't I a stinker? Alright. Man. See, this is why I lose so many matches, is because I can't do math. Alright. So the Evil Queen is just gaining power now. Are we doing anything else? And we did remember to pull a card when we got faded. That's good. Again, it's a May, so you're not obligated to let the Queen know. But, sometimes it is good to, like, check, okay, is she doing that? And it's very good to check if you're actively playing against her. Ka's Eyes have now been played. Ka's Coils, so Vanity triggers with 2 or more items and allows the Queen to reveal the top 3 cards. Reveal cards. Discard any and return them to the top of her deck. Ka's Coils allow Ka to move 1 hero with him when he's moved. Ka's Eyes allow Shere Khan to perform 1 action at that location that is not covered by a hero. That is covered by a hero, but not covered by a fire token. Sorry, it's a little complicated just because of, you know, Shere Khan. He's a bit of a wonky character. Really like him, think he's really well designed, but he is a bit of a wonky character. Are we moving to patrol? We are not. Okay, totally fine. We are? We are. And we are fading, I suppose. Now, Khan now has enough power, or strength, to take out Baloo. And Magic Mirror has been triggered. Doc is out. Doc has to be killed before the Evil Queen takes out anybody else. So, this is officially the end game. Snow White and Doc are out. Mowgli is out. And both villains have their taunters out. This is a really interesting matchup. Like, it's so natural, but I don't think about it that often, again, because of how far apart the boxes were. That's the interesting thing about, the human brain. All right. The Queen has used Take a Bite on Doc for 4 poison. Good. So Take a Bite is just kill. Because she doesn't have Vanquish actions, so she just poisons. And we are now looking at the top 4 cards with Magic Tomes, I think. Which is their ability to look at the top 4 cards, put 1 in your hand, discard the rest. Alright, getting rid of Vanity, getting rid of Thunderbolt, getting rid of Black Magic, and we've got all 5 Take-A-Bites back in the discard. Or back in the deck, so that's good for Her Majesty. Khan is... I think Khan is struggling a little bit, just trying to figure out what to do next. How to handle this in such a way that he can take out Baloo and take out Mowgli on the next turn, all without, getting faded, getting his day wrecked. Everyone runs from Shere Khan. That allows him to perform an Activate action or a Vanquish action. He is performing a Vanquish action, I believe, to take out Baloo using Ka. I'm not 100% sure. He is. That's very good. Keeping Ka's eyes on instead of discarding the coil. Discarding the coils, keeping the eyes on. I completely agree that the eyes are the much better item. The coils are decent, but Khan is moving allies so little. At least when I play Khan, I focus more on moving my heroes. It's back to the Queen, who is now moving happy. She is at the lab, brewing a little bit of poison. Poisoning Snow White in the dwarf's cottage. Tom Lehrer, good artist. Tiger by the Tail and Vultures are our options. Now, what do we do with this? This is a really, really interesting little conundrum. Because I think we do want to... Alright, so Vultures. Okay. Yeah, Tiger by the Tail doesn't... Yeah. So Vultures can just move a hero at their location when they're played. I would have made it just move any hero to their location, but, whatever, it's more thematic. But yeah, I think I agree with that choice because Vultures are kind of a once-and-done thing, considering how little Khan is killing. Tiger by the Tail is going to come back. It's an effect. Alright, so Mowgli has been moved over to the Council Rock by the Vultures. Rescued from danger. We just did a Disney marathon last year, maybe 2 years ago by now. I think it was last year. And I had not seen The Jungle Book in ages and had forgotten most of everything except for anything involving King Louie. So you can imagine my shock when the Vultures were just the Beatles. That was a ton of fun. Yeah. I don't want to delve too much into my Disney opinions on here, but I'm not a huge fan of The Jungle Book. It's completely fine. I like a couple of the songs. Baloo and King Louie are awesome. I Want to Be Like You, Trust in Me, Bare Necessities, all slap. Everything else, meh. Alright, discarding Inform Me First, King Louie, and Trail. Totally fine, totally respectable. I like that. The Queen is gaining 3 power and ending her turn. What? Oh, nope. She is using her tomes. Snow White, really like it. Absolutely respect the hell out of it. It's fine. What are the other movies that we've seen this game? Great Mouse Detective, absolutely awesome. Everybody should watch it. Ratigan is like one of the best Disney villains by far. Sleeping Beauty is really good. My favorite of the classic princess films. Very, very beautiful movie, but it's still a classic princess movie. It and Snow White are both like kind of poor in the pacing department, kind of you know, whatever stories, whatever protagonists. What's the other one that we saw this game? Oh, Peter Pan. Really amazing when it's not being actively and flagrantly racist. Like, so fun. I love Hook, but ugh. All right, we're fading now with the monkeys prepared at the Council Rock. We've got Bashful, we've got Grumpy. I prefer Bashful here. Like, his ability doesn't do that much, but it at least does more than Grumpy. Because, again, Grumpy is... Again, the Evil Queen doesn't kill that much. And Grumpy is essentially nothing but a pile of strength, who is being played, and that is completely fine. I'm just stating why I prefer Bashful. We did remember the Magic Mirror's ability last minute. The Queen is taking care of that. Moving Grumpy, I suppose. What's Snow White's strength by this point? 4, 5, 6, 5, because of Huntsman. 7, 8, 9? 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 8 strength. She's got 11 poison. So we need Doc. Man's Red Fire is being used. And Khan has to fade. And I don't think he can win. I'm pretty sure this is game. Because Doc is in here. Doc and Happy are both in there. This is game. But are we going to play it out? I prefer playing it out personally, but it's, you know, that's a personal preference thing. And again, I'm never here to knock personal. Okay, that's certainly one way to use them. Then my hypocritical ass. I'm certainly never one to knock personal preference. But yeah, no, I prefer to play it out. It feels better. It feels like I went down respectably rather than giving up, you know? Even though it's not giving up, it's just, hey, no way I can win. GG, let's get to the next game. But, you know, I just like staring death down in the face. And speaking of staring death down in the face, the Evil Queen is at the cottage to poison that little girl with Take a Bite, which, yeah, that's why I prefer to play the cards before I pay. And that is game. Are we going to discard anything? Yeah.